So, made a video yesterday. Actually, I made 3 videos. I made 2 lawnmower repair videos and then a video for this channel. Normally, what I do is I get up at 4:30 in the morning, I run down, I check the generator, see if I need to charge the batteries any. In the wintertime especially, I have to charge them quite frequently. I change the ice out of the cooler. You know, we have water bottles that we change out every morning. I change those out, let the dogs outside. I start the coffee. If I need to make a fire, I'll start a fire. And then I set up my computer to edit a video. Well, the SD card, I have 2 of them, and I cycle them out each day. So the one in the computer is yesterday's data, yesterday's video. And so I delete that video on that SD card, I take it out, I set it down for a second, I put the new SD card from the camera into the computer. That's going to be today's video. Of course, I put the blank SD card back in the camera, set it up for this recording. I do that every morning. Quite routine. Well, yesterday, like I said, I made 3 videos, and I'm not used to doing that because it's been a while since I've made that many videos, you know, since this last summer. And so I thought, well, you know, I need to get a head start on this. So last night I edited one of the lawnmower videos. That left me, because I had 3 videos, that left me with 2 videos that I had to edit this morning, which would have been reasonable. I could have done that. So I'll go through the whole routine, you know, generator, dogs, coffee, no fire this morning. Changed out the water bottles for the cooler. And sat at the computer. Opened up the file, the SD card, deleted the videos. And as soon as I hit the delete button, I realized, oh, that was today's videos. So I lost both of them. So, you know, it wasn't that long ago, I would have gotten pretty aggravated about that, but it is what it is. You know, in those unfortunate situations, you take an old video that still applies today and you redo it a little bit so you can upload it again. I hate doing that. I've always tried to make a video every day, and sometimes just things happen. It's not the first time it's happened. I try to get in a routine so those things don't happen, but I messed up. So yesterday's video, I was telling you that I had changed some belts on the lawnmower. It was a beautiful sunny day, 70 degrees. The mower was sitting right here ready to be picked up by the customer. Of course, the customer's already picked it up. Both belts changed, and it was all shiny because I just washed it. And then I started to explain to you how I wash it. Of course, I use a pressure washer. Now, in the summertime, pressure washer is pretty easy to use. I have a little stretchy hose here that I use in the, if I can find it. Kind of buried right now. A little stretchy hose here that I stretch out, and I hook it up to the IBC tank. But in the winter time, I disconnect that because it just adds to my freezing problem. You know, the pipe's freezing. It just adds to it, causes an issue. So I just disconnect it and leave it for the summer. And I take the pressure washer and I take it inside. All summer, I leave the pressure washer right next to the gas can. And it's usually hooked up with the water. And then all I got to do is go down to the inverter on a sunny day, turn on the inverter, plug in the pressure washer, and I can start washing. So it's pretty simple in the summertime, but in the wintertime, I got it all put away because I don't want any of it to freeze. So I don't want to hook that hose up. It's a chore because I got to get into the box and I got to break the hoses apart. Added a Y connection. It's just a little bit more of a chore that I don't want to do for a one-day wash. And it's going to freeze tonight, so I certainly don't want to have it sitting out here. So I tried to rethink what I was going to do, and I figured, you know what, I can use the well. And it worked great. It's not efficient, and it's really hard to set up. Of course, I had to bring all the stuff out. You know, the hoses in the camper for the pressure washer. The pressure washer's on top of the shower, hiding out. So I had to bring it all out. But then, with it being a sunny day, I figured I could run the well off the solar panels. which I did. So the biggest problem you got to be careful of is this pump on the well removes water faster than the well recovery. It's 15 gallons a minute. It's an old well. Back in the old days, they used to have above ground pumps, and they were a lot slower, probably 5 gallons a minute. But today's pumps, these submersible pumps, the one that I got in there is 15 gallons a minute, and the one I took out because that one was just too big. I bought that one originally back there in the back. That's 30 gallons a minute. That was terrible. It sucked the well dry instantly. I mean, just instantly. It was within a couple minutes. And you couldn't throttle it down either because there was so much water required to keep it cool, because you got to have water going through it to keep it cool, that it would deadhead. It would steam the water instantly. And once you steam the water, now the pump itself is out of water. It's just steam. And it heats up. And then you burn the pump up. Well, that just wasn't working. So I got the 15 gallon a minute. And that has worked a lot better. A lot better. Now, like I said, the recovery rate of the well is about 5 gallons a minute. But in this pipe, the black pipe here, I have a hole about the big as my pinky. And it serves several purposes. One, and the most important purpose it serves, is in the wintertime, that hole lets all the water drain back down 75 feet. So there's 75 feet of empty pipe. And it never freezes that way. Now, I could have kept the hole a little bit higher, but I also thought about weight. You know, the weight of the hose, all that water, and that pipe sitting there on that rope all the time. I just figured, well, if I made it closer to the bottom of the pipe, it'd have to hold less weight. And it's done a real good job. So the other reason I have that hole is in case I accidentally shut the water valves off with the water pump still on. That hole will let the water come out. And so there's at least a little bit of water going through the pump at all times. The question is will it steam? And the answer is no, it's never steamed. It's never steamed up. I've never deadhead this 15 gallon a minute pump. So that means I can throttle the pump all the way to off. You know, throttle this down all the way to off, and it's fine. I don't want to risk it and do it too long, but so far I've never deadheaded it. And it's been in here, what, 5 years or something? It's been in here a long time, 6 years, 5 years. I've never deadheaded it, and I've made a lot of mistakes over those years. So yesterday with the pressure washer, I thought, well, how can I use the well? Well, what I did was I hooked up this hose to the pressure washer. I turned the generator on this one to run the pressure washer. Now, I don't want to use this one anymore because that's the one I ran so hard. See, running the well on this really pushed the oil temperature with propane. It was too much with propane. I should have ran gas, but I didn't know at the time. The propane runs hotter. So I damaged, or wore, I should say, the cam lobes. So I try not to run this one as much anymore, just for welding. That's the only reason I want to keep this one, is for welding. But so I ran this one and just ran that pressure washer. So the solar panels was running the well. This was running the pressure washer. I just don't have enough electricity to run both high-powered items at the same time. The ASUP, I tried to use the ASUP, but the ASUP's only 10 amps, and the pressure washer was 12 amps, and the ASUP just kept shutting off. It wouldn't run it. You know, the breaker would trip. I would have liked to have used that one. That would have been a lot better. There's no setup with that one. Just carry it up here and plug it in. This one I got to hook the propane up, and of course the propane tank ran out of propane. I knew I was getting close, but it ran out of propane while I was running this. So what I did was I throttled this way, way, way down, almost to empty stop, almost all the way to the stop mark. Backed it off. Then I left this one open, so water was shooting out, and I opened this one, so they're both open. So water was shooting out, and water was coming down this hose. And then I throttled this one down a little bit so it was spraying. So now I have water coming out in 3 different directions. 75 feet down, water is shooting out. Water shooting out of here, and water was shooting here. This kept me from running out of water. Now I had to remember to keep that trigger pressed on the pressure washer. I didn't want to let go and, you know, have less flow. And it was a good test. It really was. It worked really well. I never deadheaded it. I never ran out of water. Everything kept running just fine. Now that pressure washer is only like 1.5 gallons a minute. It's not very much. And then whatever I was running out of here, probably another 1.5 gallons. So, I mean, we're talking 3 gallons of water. And the recovery rate of the well is 5 gallons. Now, the water that shoots out of that black pipe falls right back in the well. So you don't lose that water. You just lose this water here. So it kept up. There was one time, I'm trying to remember what happened. I wasn't getting enough water to the pressure washer, but I really can't remember what it was. Oh, I know what it was. I didn't have this one, this pushed all the way up. That was my problem. So, and then of course I ran out of propane. So, like I said, it was a little bit more difficult setup because I had to throttle this and I had to make sure not to turn off that pressure washer. And of course, did I already say I ran out of propane? So, I mean, I was having to shut it off, turn it back on, shut it off, turn it back on, which was more of a chore than just using the tank. That being said, on sunny days, I may just do this. The reason is because it uses so much dang water out of the tank, then I got to refill the tank, so it's just more work. So I'm having to set up the well anyways to fill the tank. If I can just run the pressure washer off the well, that's one less step that I don't have to do. So in the end, it's about the same amount of work. One is one is on time of doing lawnmower repair, and the other is just personal time, but it doesn't matter. It's all time. So I don't know if I explained it well enough so you understand it. Now, on cloudy days, it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. On cloudy days, I won't have the sun to run the well. That being said, that little ASUP down there runs a 25 amp charger. It's running right now. It's running a 25 amp charger. That 25 amp charger is not enough to run this well pump. This is, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not enough. But if I have the batteries charged, so I get up in the morning, I charge the batteries, and as a matter of fact, that's why it's running now. I just ran the well, and it's a cloudy day. You see, it's a cloudy day. So the batteries were charged. So all I had to do was turn on the well, turn on the generator, turn on the battery charger, turn on the well. Now it's draining from the batteries, but there is a little bit, let's say half of the charge. So let's say I'm taking 50 amps. That 25 amp charger is, filling half. So the battery only has to use half its energy to run the well. And then after the well is finished, I can just let the batteries charge back up like I'm doing right now. So on cloudy days, when I'm running the pressure washer, I'll do the same thing. I'll turn the generator on, the ASUP, run the batteries, or run the well off the batteries. So the ASUP's charging the batteries. At the same time, the well's depleting the batteries. And I'll be able to wash them more before I run out of battery energy. And then I just let the batteries charge back up. It's been a challenge trying to run a lawnmower repair business off-grid. But I feel like I've done a pretty good job. One of the things I don't have is an air compressor. And of course, that's the first tool everybody wants to buy when they start a mechanic shop, is an air compressor. Everybody's got to have the air compressor. And I've just deliberately done without it. And I have not needed it. There may be a time in the future where I need it, but I air up tires with a little battery-operated charger, or air compressor. And the only other time I can think that I might need it is to see if the rings are stuck on a lawnmower. But with my abilities to diagnose, it would just be, it's a process of elimination for me. So I don't necessarily need to do it unless somebody's wanting me to fix it. But I don't ever do big repairs like that. It just costs too much. It's cheaper to buy a new engine. So, if you had a 2-cylinder and you needed to find out which cylinder was leaking from the rings, then you would need to do an air test, a leak down test on it. But I just don't see myself ever doing it. And if I ever did, then, I started to buy one last year. I actually bought one off Walmart, the cheapest one they had. and they were out of stock. I don't know why they do that. They let you buy something and it's out of stock. So I don't know, I waited 2 or 3 days and I looked again and it was still out of stock. I thought, you know what, I don't want this anymore. I was kind of aggravated. And I was already questioning whether I wanted one or not. So I just canceled the order. So I've been able to run it. Think about this, a lawnmower repair business off-grid. And I think that's pretty phenomenal. So as long as I keep this running, then I don't think I'm going to need an air compressor, because this does all the washing. You know, air compressors, you can blow off a lot of dust and dirt. But if you get a dirty lawnmower and you can't work on it, you know, just wash it before you start, instead of just, you see a lot of mechanics on YouTube, they use their air compressor and blow all that grease and everything off the mower. I just use this. So I think it works. So if you'll click this up next box and take the video over my other channel, I'd really appreciate it. Go check it out. So I hope I can inspire you. Don't lose your footage so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.